All right, here is another resource that I found out about my third year of teaching, which was last year, and I love it. And I wish I would have known about it my first year of teaching. So this is Zearn, Zearn.org, and it is online. Um, you do have to create an account. So I've already created an account. So I'm going to sign in. And it's going to take me to my teacher homepage. Now, I can go in here and upload students. I don't have a set group of kids this year, so I have not added any students yet, but you can go into add class. So I would probably do just Taylor, or I could say Miss Taylor's class. And then you select the grade that you do. I'm just going to select first. And you're going to go to create class, and here you can add students. So go in and add maybe Johnny, and it says one student per line, so I'd add Johnny and Adeline, and so I would just continue making a list of students. Once I'm done with that, I will click next. Oh, you need a first and last name. So you would need to add a first and last name. So Johnny Smith, Adeline Myers. Okay, so then I could click next once I've done adding all my students in. So here you go. You can set their username and their password. And once you like what you see here, you can click next. And then here, you can choose what mission they start out on. Now, there are 6 missions for first grade. Each mission, so let's say I just started with add and subtract small numbers. Each mission has a certain amount of lessons. So like once we get into add and subtract small numbers, we might see that there's like 22 lessons. So I'm just going to go ahead and start out with topic A, which is embedded numbers and decompositions, and I'm going to click finish. And here we go. So here is where your class code would be. And so what I went ahead and did with my kiddos last year is they had a math folder, and I wrote this class code within their math folder. And then here I printed off, there's an option to print off each individual student's username and password. I went ahead and printed that out. So get login cards, you can print it out. And then I went ahead and I pasted all of their individual login cards into their folders. So every time that they would go to log in, they would know what their login was. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of that, and I'm going to hit done. Okay, so that's after I've uploaded all of my students' names. Now, each student is starting out in Mission 1, Lesson 1. Now, let's say you know that your student doesn't need to start out on lesson 1. You could differentiate this Zearn.org resource by going in and choosing a lesson later on, like maybe lesson 10 or lesson 11. I always just go ahead and start my students out on the very first, at the beginning of the year, very first one, Mission 1, Lesson 1. And then depending on how quickly they're working through and based on their reports, so their progress reports, you can decide what they need to be in or what mission they need to be on. Okay, so I'm going to go back and go to the curriculum page. And here it's going to give you an overview of each mission. So mission 1 is add and subtract small numbers. Mission 2, place value. Length is 3. Mission 4 is add and subtract bigger numbers. Mission 5 is work with shapes. And mission 6 is add and subtract to 100. Now, I actually shared some videos of Zearn from YouTube that have already been made that go over the overview of the curriculum in my module. I think it would have been module maybe 13, I think. It was whatever the blended learning video that we had to upload. On that module, I went ahead and uploaded the Zearn 2 videos for Zearn.org. So if you are interested in this and need more detail, if you go to the blended learning module, I have uploaded 2 videos of how Zearn works. So I'm going to go back and, okay, so I want to show you what it looks like when a student logs in. So I'm actually going to go back to roster, and I'm going to take a picture of the logins on my phone. So then that way when I go to log in as a certain student, I know what their username and their password is. Okay, so I'm going to go to sign out, and I'm going to log in as a student. So I'm going to log in as, and these are made up students, by the way. I don't actually have these kiddos in my class, just for security purposes. So Kiera Halbert, and then her password is Lightstar 24. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope, it took me back to mine. Okay, let's try it. I'm not sure why it didn't go. I'm not sure why it's not letting me log in. Let me try another student. Try Adeline Myers. There we go. Okay, so then the class code would be, shoot, I never saved the class code. This is why you write these things down. I need to go back to zearn.org, and okay, I'm gonna have to sign out. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm gonna sign in as myself again and make sure I know what that class code is so I can get in and show you what it looks like from the student's point of view. Okay, class code. Okay, there's the class code. Perfect. I'm going to take a picture of that. So when I go to log in as Adeline, there we go, Adeline. So the class code is QP8F4V. Okay, so we're going to join the class. So when Madeline goes and Adeline goes in here, okay, so you know what? It's not going to let me log in as her, and here's why. Here it can show you this option. I'm so sorry, guys. I haven't used this curriculum since last year, so I kind of forgot how to maneuver this. So I'm going to go to View Student Feed, and this is going to say, yes, do you want to try Zearn as the student experience? And yes, I want to see what the feed looks like. Okay, so here we go. So this is me. I'm pretending like Kaylee, like I'm a student in the class. So here it's going to start out with number train or number gym and the counting train. So it's going to start with a very basic like warm-up activity. And so then I'm going to say how many bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 bears. It's going to say correct. Okay, so how many monkeys? So there's 7 monkeys. Okay, 8 dogs. Okay, 9. Awesome. Done. So we Zearned it. We can say we loved it, and then done. And then it takes us back to the screen. So once we do the number gym, so we're still in the add and subtract small numbers level 1, we're going to move on over to wild card. And this is kind of just like a little card for encouragement. They scatter these throughout. Next, I want to do blast. So here we go. This is to practice number fluency. Okay, so we have 2 dots, 3 dots, 4, 3, and 1. Check your work. Oh, enter. Yep, there's 2, there's 3 there. Yep, I see 4 dots, 3 dots, 1 dot. 5 in a row. Yes, good job. Bonus round. So then it gives you another round to do. Now keep in mind this is starting out super simple because this is add and subtract small numbers, and this is for first grade. Obviously, if you're going to be with older grades, you're going to have a little bit, the content in each of these activities is going to be higher level. Check your work. 4, 5, 4. Yep, there's 6 there, there's 7 there, enter. Very good. So now we Zearned it and we're done, and then it takes us back to the screen. Now here is the most important part of every single lesson in each mission, the math chat part. This is where there's an instructor video. I'm going to go ahead and click on it.
Hey Zearner, I'm Miss Johnson, here with Emily and James. Today's lesson is a math chat. In math chats, we'll learn something new together. Before every math chat, make sure you have a pencil, notes, and headphones.
Okay, so do we have those 3 things? Yes, we do. If we do, we're ready to move on.
Today, we're going to break apart numbers into 2 smaller parts. We'll start with these cubes. When you solve a problem on Zearn, we give you directions so you know what to do. How many cubes? Now you answer the question, and we'll talk about it after. Press the audio button if you want me to read the directions.
Okay, so how many cubes? We have 5 cubes, and we're going to enter, and then she's going to keep going through practice problems with us.
James, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 cubes. That's it. How many purple cubes? Emily? 1, 2. There are 2 purple cubes. Yes. How many orange cubes? One, 2, 3. There are 3 orange cubes. Exactly.
Okay, so I skipped forward. So it's setting the student up to see a number bond, the whole part relationship. So we have 5 total. Enter.
1 part is 2.
So then it goes through and teaches the student about parts. And then we can go ahead and enter. There's 3 orange cubes.
I wrote 3 here.
Alrighty, so here is the part that I wanted to get to. There is a note section. This is where the blended learning comes in. The student does the online portion independently, and then they will have a notes binder. And I printed off these pages. There is an option online to print off these pages where the student is filling out notes as they go.
When you see this blue bar on the screen, it's time to solve in your notes. Do you have your notes ready? Hold up your notes, just like this. Now, let's look at the notes page together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 butterflies in total.
Okay, so then it'll have you solve this in your notes.
There are 6 butterflies. It says, check your work. So get out your binoculars again and look at the work.
So each time it has the student check their work, that's when the student looks at their work, looks at her work, the teacher's work, and then their work, and then they check their answers. So it keeps
Out
going
your mistake
like that.
and write the...
Okay.
Nice effort working on number bond.
So I'm going to have to stop. I'm about to run out of time here for my screencast-o-matic, but at the end of each lesson and mission, there is also an exit ticket that you can do. All right, thanks for checking out my video, guys.